I've got some thoughts popping up in me from one of the comments I made on Angela's video, Angela Morrow, about the miracles. Jesus's miracles were real, the walking on water, levitation, and all of that. I'm not saying that miracles aren't real, but the thoughts that I have around miracles, and by the way, I believe that the miracles happen the more we metaphorically walk on water in our consciousness internally, as we rise above the tumultuous waters of our emotional self, the traumatized self. Walking on those waters will help balance our body, bring it into union. And when the body is in union, miracles can occur naturally, as a natural outflow. But why I don't emphasize literal miracles so much as the primary focus is because I'm very practical. Take, for instance, walking on water or levitating. How does levitation or walking on water help humanity in a practical sense when we live with boats, horses, and donkeys, right? We can just take a boat across a literal water. We can ride a donkey to get from point A to point B. In fact, why, if Jesus had the ability to levitate, why did he ride in on a donkey? I believe, supernatural miracles separate us from the common people. They disconnect us, and the people will make a disconnect and do exactly what they did with Jesus. They put him on a pedestal as a deity. He must be a god because he can defy natural law. So the miracle did not serve humanity, did not even serve the kingdom, as you always say in your posts. An external miracle is not of the greatest value, but the internal miracle that happens inside of your disunified body. That's a greater miracle that can produce an external miracle. But if we teach people the inner miracle of self-realization, the inner miracle of non-judgment, the inner miracle of clearing the trauma through forgiveness, love, and acceptance, that is empowering. That's the true miracle. Like I say, for external situations, we can take a boat, we can ride a horse, we can drive a car, we can fly a plane to get us from point A to point B. But that does not solve the inner raging seas of the emotional body and the psychological body. That's why I stress inner miracles over literal, physical, supernatural, natural law-defying miracles. I see no purpose in showing off power. And I think Jesus rode in on a donkey to try and keep the connection to the common people, right? He could have levitated on a magic carpet, but he would have only distanced the people that he was trying to reach more by the dynamic, our mind is going to set this floating God on the floating carpet apart from ourselves, and we're going to make distinction and separate ourselves from that, and that miracle is going to become more and more unattainable for me. See, I want to empower people from the inside out so that they don't have to wait for the miracle man to come around and tap his magic wand on their little forehead. That's just me. I just don't see the value in these natural law bending abilities. How does that serve humanity as a collective, as a whole, right? So I much rather connect with hearts. I like to connect in the demonstration of weakness and humility, and make myself common, the same with everyone else, because I am the same as everyone else. And that means everyone else has the same potential as me, right? We don't have to try and measure up to some magic superstar, some magic god, and become like them by performing miracles. If you manage to perform your personal miracle of inner transformation to self-realization, that's the only miracle you'll ever need, because you become empowered and the needs in the world no longer pull on you. You have risen above those waters. You are metaphorically walking on water, because now you won't be manipulated. You can't be manipulated by the circumstances around you. So, yeah, I will always be a proponent of inner miracles. I'm not impressed by those Buddhist monks who can walk on nails or on hot coals or levitate. I see just no purpose in that, except they're showing off their spiritual egos, right? If it doesn't benefit humanity, I don't see any value in it. That's just my thoughts. And yes, may lots of miracles happen in you and for you, and so that this life is going to become more of a metaphorical paradise rather than hell. But these are internal states generated from within us. By the way, if you would like to have a conversation with me, I offer empathetic listening services, where basically I will provide a safe container, a safe space for you to express yourself, to, like a flower, open up yourself in the safety of non-judgment. I'm not going to be teaching you anything, because I know that the teacher is inside of you, and I would just facilitate the safe container for you to expand and open up and discover your own teacher. Because in the safe environment, our fight and flight response quiets down, and our soul, our higher consciousness, can come forward. So that's basically what I would facilitate. And I'm doing it on donation basis. I'd like to be remunerated a little bit, because if you would imagine, if I have 10 people a day, or even 5 people a day, wanting to have a session with me, a half an hour session, what's the math? That's 2.5, that's 3 hours. And in between breaks, that's half the day spent talking to people where I can't actually go to my physical job to earn my living. So I try to be reasonable, but I do need a little bit of compensation for my time, for giving you my time. And so I have opened it up on donation basis in half an hour segments, so it's not too long. I think half an hour, 45 minutes is a good time slot to explore yourself. And you can find that service, you can find that link when you go to my website, www.go-authentic.com. And at the top banner there it says about, and then there is services. But I think you can find the service section. You can find that link on the home page as well. I'm going to have to make it easier to find. So that's where you can book a session with me on donation basis for half an hour, just to get to experience the safe container and the energetic frequency that will facilitate you rising higher into higher awareness of yourself. And that is how you can heal yourself and balance yourself. So I'm not here to teach you anything. I want to facilitate you bringing out your own teacher within you, to calm yourself down enough, relax yourself enough, so that you're not constantly in fight or flight, and you can actually listen to your own wisdom. So I offer those services. So if you're interested, go to my website, www.go-authentic.com. And it's a banner that says empathetic listening service. So I hope to meet you there. Have a good day.